We have hit our final destination for the London Home Builders Association Parade of Renovations. We are back once again with part of the Covenant Construction team. I mean, you've got a team, I believe, of
about 25 people.
25 people, so we've got 2 of the 25 here today. But the important 2 today that are going to tell us about this isn't a renovation. This is a complete, what do we call this?
A complete rebuild. So we came in, originally this was just going to be a renovation. We came in to put a new kitchen, new family room, which would have been in the back, what's now the master bedroom. And when we started doing demo, we realized that the only thing holding this together was spray foam. There was no foundation underneath it. It was just falling apart, literally. We could put our finger right through. So we met a number of times with the engineers and the municipality and came to the conclusion that it just needed to come down.
Well, and I should mention, we're not in London, we are in Port Stanley, and so we are elevated on a hill. How was that to start off with?
So
some challenges, maybe?
Yeah, there was a lot of challenges with that for sure. I mean, we worked with Kettle Creek Conservation Authority, they were great to deal with. They made it simple, but there was a lot of surveys and studies and reports from engineers and soil people that we had to go through to verify that we could actually do what we ended up doing.
Yeah, so that's the one issue there dealt with. And then any other, I see your smile. Let me tell you, I think you've got a story to tell me.
So since we had already started the renovation, we had built most of the kitchen at that point already. So like Craig said, the original kitchen in the old cottage was in what's now the master bedroom. So I had to redesign the space to use what we have for the kitchen now and reconfigure it. So there was some flipping and some turning of cabinets, but we were able to use everything we had already made, which was great.
Good job.
Thank you.
That's like, kudos to you. Like, it looks, well, no one would ever know the difference, right?
Exactly.
Only you know, right?
Only I know and Tim and Carolyn know, but it's our secret.
No one else. But overall, what was your most favorite part of this process, the renovation,
I think that my favorite part of the whole finished project is when you look out the front windows. You see the lake, you see the sunset, you see so many great views from this deck that they didn't necessarily have before. So although obviously it was a big financial change, investment for them, they say the best thing they ever did was actually knock it down because it totally changed how they live in the space. Everything is now centered on the view of the lake, whereas before all the living space was at the back and the bedrooms were at the front. So it's a bit of a real shift for them in how they live in the space, and they also now have a living walkout basement below. So it was definitely, as I said, a big jump financially for them. But once I got over that, it was just like pure excitement.
But one of your best investments is your home, right? On all levels. So it makes total sense to have done that. And then how did you come up with the exterior materials? Because you drive up, which really isn't a street to start, right? That's also,
Right.
that had to have been a challenge, right?
No, that was a challenge. Actually, we had to go for a variance for the municipality because it's technically not a street. So we had to get it. There was a lot of hoops we had to jump through, and of course that was right in the beginning of COVID, so it was all done on Zoom, and they were new to Zoom, and it was a real challenge. But in the end, it was, as I said, you drive up what is not a street to this house, and it's a great view.
Well, it's a great view, but it's also when you walk up and look at the house as compared to everything it's surrounding, it's like the wow factor. You just like, whoa, it is very striking and catches your eye right away, not only outside but inside here as well.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Tim and Carolyn, they wanted to do something different. They like the modern, but with those touches of the beach, the natural feel, so getting to pick all those different exterior finishes. So the siding has a wood grain look to it, just to bring in that little bit of a natural feel, but in the more modern grays and blacks. So it was a lot of fun getting to do all that with them.
Yeah, well, as you can see at home, this has turned into just an extraordinary renovation plus, like a complete remodel. And if you want someone to jump through hoops for you, I think Covenant Construction is your team, because you can jump pretty high and do massive feats and tasks to get the job done.
Thanks.
Right? At the end of the day, that's what it takes. You got to get the job done, whether it's permits, whether it's this, that. You got to move things around. You work wonders.
And it's funny, this is the second time we have designed a new house around a kitchen. So it wasn't even the first time.
Is this a trend?
This is not a trend. I mean, that's the second time in 25 years.
Okay.
But it is the second time that we had to do that. So it did kind of make us laugh, but it's it was a lot, as we said, but I mean, the finished product is amazing.
Well, it is amazing. And so what a wonderful way to finish our Parade of Renovations here in Port Stanley with you at Covenant Construction. Thank you so much for sharing this home with us. And thank you for being a part of our journey across the Parade of Renovations.